Hey, so this is a mini-series where I'll just be briefly discussing powerful duos that can have really great synergy. These synergies can produce high damage, cool strategies, and some pretty insane support abilities. But before I start discussing this, there is something I want to say first. You enjoying these videos are enough for me, so seriously, thank you so much for your support. Okay, so the two people that I'm going to talk about today have a synergy that is quite situational and niche, but can still be utilized in a good amount of teams. It's also quite difficult since the synergy needs C6. And, either you get the character and, get them 6 more times in order to have C6, or you don't. And, we all know how that struggle is. But honestly, it's just a really fun thing to see and, use C6, Yunjin, and Fischl in tandem. Starting with a quick description of both of their kits, Yunjin is a Geo support unit that can uniquely buff the damage of normal attacks based on a portion of her overall defense, and Fischl is an Electro sub DPS that can deal consistent and frequent bouts of damage off-field. When looking at their roles, it seems like having them be put together seems quite out of place. However, their C6s is where some sort of a strategy can start brewing. Yunjin is all about buffing normal attacks, so when it comes to her C6, there's nothing different. Her C6 states that when a character are under the effects of her elemental burst, which if you do not know by now is the part of her kit that actually buffs normal attacks, will have their normal attack speed increased by 12%. This is extremely beneficial to units that rely heavily on normal attacks as their main source of damage. Units that Yunjin are usually paired with, like Mia, Ayato, and sometimes Hu Tao, would greatly appreciate this passive as it means higher damage output. As for Fischl, she's essentially just there to place down Oz, her Raven companion. Her C6 allows for Oz to stay on field for a bit of extra time, specifically 2 more seconds, while also allowing an interesting augmentation to be applied to Oz as a whole. In addition to his regularly timed attacks while on field, Oz will also do additional coordinated electro attacks based on the active character's normal attacks. These additional coordinated strikes will deal 30% of Fischl's attack as damage and can even crit. And the frequency of these additional attacks are based on how fast the active character is normal attacking. And now by putting 2 and 2 together, we can make 4 and then some. With Yunjin's C6 buffing normal attack speed, and Fischl's C6 line for crazy amount of additional damage output, the strategy has now become clear. If you already know of the moniker that Fischl has received before, specifically Machine Gun Fischl, quote-unquote, because of her C6, then you'll know that Yunjin makes that go even crazier. Running these two with main DPSs that have synergy with both of them would benefit them greatly too. Yoimiya could do some overload or overape teams, Ayato can do some sort of hyper carry taser team when throwing Candace into the mix too, and even characters like Child can carry out a pretty fast single target taser team as well. This compatibility is quite niche when it comes to team building, but does have the ones where it can work in, while also hopefully having newer ones in the future where this can work as well. I'll admit that this is a bit of a stretch in terms of pairing, but we've seen some crazy strats before in the meta, like Thundering Fury Bennett against Electro Abyss Lectors. However, it's still a powerful duo that I wanted to show you all. So yeah, thanks for enjoying the video, and if you want to see more on a regular basis, you already know which button to press. And if you have something to say, I can only hope that it's nice. Thank you, and bye!